Hi guys, thanks for joining me. We have got an amazing new moon in Leo coming up tomorrow on Tuesday the 2nd of August at 8:46 in the evening based on Greenwich Mean Time. And I was looking at this new moon while I did the monthly horoscopes for each sign of the zodiac, and this new moon looks so positive and so fiery and powerful that I want to give you a little bit of information on it just so you can make the most of this energy and you can really go along with it and enjoy this power and positivity and strength and passion and fire. So to understand what this new moon is about and how it's going to influence you, I just want to give a little bit of background on the moon and how it works in the astrology. So first of all, on a very basic level, the moon goes through a monthly cycle. When it's totally black and dark, it's a new moon. It builds up, it waxes until it hits the first quarter, which is when it's a crescent. It continues to wax until it's a full moon, when it's completely round and reflects the light of the sun and shines that light onto planet Earth. And then it wanes, it loses energy and it moves towards being the third quarter. It's a crescent again, and then it moves down, it continues to wane into being a new moon and totally black. So that happens every month. And the moon in astrology represents a number of things. She represents the mother, the goddess, that energy that takes an interest in our lives. It also shows you on a soul level, also what you're nurtured by on a soul level, and really how life reflects you. So you can think of it as a mirror, you can think of it as a benevolent goddess force which really surrounds the earth and takes an active interest in what's going on in our lives. So during this new moon cycle and during new moons in general, the goddess, so to speak, is shrouded in mystery. She turns her face away from us and she goes within. During a full moon, her face is fully open and she's giving us all a big hug and she's showering us with energy. But now during this new moon, she turns inward. She's turning her back to us. She's not so interested in us and she's getting in touch with her true quality. She's becoming reflective. And if you think what's happening is that the moon is actually sidling up to the sun and it's being warmed and re-energized. And the goddess of the moon, it turns away from us so that it can really be with its own energy, it can recharge and it can set these seeds of intention, it can put things in place which will be fulfilled over the next monthly period. Okay, so if you think that the moon, the new moon, plants seeds of growth, of intention every month, then this month with the new moon being in Leo, she's planting sunflower seeds. Okay, she's planting these flowers which are all about Leo. These will then start to grow and blossom as the month of August here progresses, and then things will wind down until the beginning of September when the next new moon occurs. Okay, so for us, it's important to kind of keep an eye on what's going on here or to align ourselves with this, because if the moon is planting these wonderful positive seeds of intention, then we can realize those things in our own lives. If the moon is a mirror and she's planting sunflowers, then what sunflowers can we plant in our own lives and really watch them grow and come to fruition and blossom and become entities in themselves? And the sunflowers are everything that has to do with Leo. So romance, relationships with children, fun, excitement, enthusiasm, a sense of self-confidence, a sense of power and courage and drive. And these are all the things that are being planted now and that will come to fruition during this month of August. So for us, it's a really good time to take a couple of minutes during this new moon period and to focus on the new beginnings and to focus on these types of seeds that are being planted and to ask ourselves, what do I want to achieve over the next month? Do I want to improve my romantic relationships? Do I want to do something that involves courage or public speaking? Or do I just want to be able to have fun and to enjoy myself, to be a little bit silly? What is it that I'm actually trying to achieve in August? Okay, and by doing that, by just taking a step back and doing the same thing that the moon does, by turning your face away from the world and just going within and connecting with this higher self, which happens to be in Leo this month, you can really align yourself with that Leo energy, enjoy the proximity to the sun, and then put those things in place in your own life so they can become realized during the month. This new moon, the sun and the moon are together at 10 degrees in Leo, and 10 reduces to 1 in numerology, and 1 is all about new beginnings and actions and taking leadership. So it is a new moon, but it's also at a degree which is all about fresh starts. So this is especially why it stuck out to me so significantly this month, and why I want to make a video on it, because this in particular is one of the most powerful new moons which will really bring the most life to us and potentially the most new beginnings and fresh starts. So if you have had a year that has been difficult or unfulfilling, draw a line under the year so far and start fresh. Look at this new moon as the beginning of a 30-day period of a new year when you can really achieve all of those positive, wonderful things that you want to achieve. So in terms of the elements, the chart, the sky on this day, the strongest element is fire, and fire is about passion and excitement. So also ask yourself, what is it that makes me feel alive? What is it that I want to create here? And jot those things down and plant those seeds of intention as well. Whether it's going on a trip, or playing an instrument, or standing up to someone who bullies you, those are the things that you can grow and you can realize. Venus, the planet of love, is in Leo as well this month. On this day, she's at 26 degrees, and 2 and 6 is 8, which is power. So the goddess of love and beauty is at her most expressive, at her most passionate. That adds on to this whole energy, and it really gives you a lot of support when it comes to creating relationships. The new moon trines Saturn, which is in Sagittarius, another fire sign. And what that means is that the progress you will make will be consistent and steady and structured, and things will grow consistently one day into the next. So don't expect everything to be realized snap overnight. This will be a process that's going to go at its own pace. The new moon also squares Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio. So if there have been past disappointments, resentments, failures that are unresolved within you and that you still have, include those too and say, you know what, despite my last 4 relationships not working, I'm going to hope and dream again. I'm going to plant these seeds and I'm going to have another go. You know, I tried public speaking 3 times and it didn't work out very well. Despite that, I'm not going to build up walls and deaden myself to life. I'm going to put that into my little flower pot amidst everything else, and I'm going to create these opportunities, and this time I can succeed. So it's about taking a risk, it's about putting yourself out there and having the opportunity to transform past failures, past situations which were disappointed, by amending them in the here and now and creating something beautiful and wonderful this month in August. There is a connection to Chiron and Neptune as well with this new moon. So hopes and dreams about who you are, ultimately, not just this month, but in all dimensions and in all of your futures, really, what is the end goal? So yes, this is one month when you can achieve hopes and dreams, but where do you see yourself going ultimately? And there may even be a connection with the version of yourself that you're ultimately striving towards, and that sometimes you have a grasp on, but sometimes you don't have any kind of notion on. Connect with that and see it kind of flickering as a mirage further down the road, and see through your passionate and positive actions in this month, how can you bring yourself nearer to that? And that might even give you an inkling, a glimmer of what that may be. The new moon also opposes Aquarius rising on the other side of the chart. And this is about the realization of self. This is about your identity, your personal courage, your personal sense of being alive, rather than humanity as a whole. This isn't about everyone and the greater good. This is about you and what makes you feel alive. You know, not what your uncle enjoys doing, not what your daughter loves and is passionate about, but what you're passionate about. So plant an extra seed during this new moon and say, the unknown passion. I'm going to put that in there with the rest of this, and then see it blossom and open yourself up to that possibility. What is it that you don't even know yet? What is it that you love that you haven't even discovered yet? And you know, some people, if you ask them, what is it you enjoy doing? Some people are unable to even give you an answer. They'll say something like, oh yeah, as a family, we like going boating. Or, well, when I was younger, I used to enjoy climbing trees. But what about here and now? What makes you feel passionate and makes you feel alive? So all of these things they have a platform during August. You can explore these things, but you can also really take them to the next level, enjoy them, and really transform them and do something with them. And it depends on what you're planting during this new moon period that you can create in your life, what flowers you plant, and how that becomes a reality in the days of August. So that's what this new moon is about. Take a couple of minutes to do that. You can do a little ritual. Sometimes when there is a powerful energy like this, I like rituals. I'm an earth sign, so I like things visible and tangible because that helps me to focus on them. So sometimes I just sit back and say, okay, well, the new moon is in Leo. What are the passions that I'm going to try and realize in the month? And I light a little candle and I just kind of think about a couple of things and I say, okay, that's what I'm going to focus on. And I know I have Mother Moon on my side here this month, and she's going to give me that little bit of a push and support me in all of these things. And it may be that next month, you know, the new moon is in Virgo, and I'm thinking about what can I organize in my life. Or the month after that, it's in Sagittarius, and the seeds I'm gonna plant about what can I explore in my life. Okay, but this is August, and it's what can I be passionate about. And as far as questions and topics are concerned, that's a really fun one to explore. So I hope you have a wonderful August. If you would like a private reading with me about your passions, your desires, what you want to achieve in the here and now, then please get in touch with me via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab and you can order your reading with me there. Please remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Really appreciate that, your support. And I also do live readings on Facebook. It's facebook.com/GregoryScott444. Like the page, and when I come on live, you'll be notified. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful August, and I'll speak to you soon.